What's up, y'all? And sorry for missing yesterday. I just figured chill out yesterday, but today, um, so we'll do the screenwriting article probably tomorrow if I can, because I think the plan is I'm gonna try sometime during the day to 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 do my list, 2009 list. It's gonna be 8, so I'm gonna try to do that sometime during the day, and then maybe probably in the evening, maybe this time in the evening tomorrow or on Tuesday, I'll review. Um, we'll do the article I was supposed to do yesterday. But today, on Christmas Eve, granted it's now Christmas, Merry Christmas now, y'all. But today, I am reviewing Nightmare Before Christmas, one of my favorite Christmas movies. And I'll be honest, when I rewatched this today, I didn't remember that it was a Disney movie. I didn't. I kind of forgot. It's how bad Disney is now. So I just kind of purged that it was a Disney movie. But one of Tim Burton's, in my opinion, best movie. That's not. I mean, for me, probably my favorite movie from him is still Batman '89. But this is so good. The animation, the character like Jack Skellington, Sally, the mayor. I mean, just overall great characters. Dr. Fickelstein, and then the main villain, Oogie Boogie. Like, it's just the animation work is so beautiful, and even just the background characters that you see, the kids. It is such a good one. This is one of those stories where it's basically a tale of it's about Halloween Town, and Jack Skellington is like kind of like the main attraction. Is kind of tired of being the Pumpkin King, and this is one of the few musicals that I like. So I always when people mention what kind of musicals I like, I always say the main one I really like, and I know it's a weird one, but Buffy's musical episode. But I guess in terms of movies, I should have remembered this being a musical. So yeah, this is definitely one of the better musicals. I love the opening score. I'm not normally into musicals, but they do it in a way where it's not annoying and it's not. And the music's legit good. Like, I think that also helps, and also the animation is what the animation for a '93 film, like the stop motion or claymation, was beautiful. Like, it still holds up. Like, it doesn't look. And also another thing, when I was watching it, this movie's only like an hour and like 16 minutes. It's not even like an hour and a half. It doesn't even reach hour and 20. I'm like, my God, this movie's only an hour and 16 minutes. Holy shit. Like, that is crazy, like how like the story was able to tell. And I love like even just a little bit, like, because we find out that there are different holiday themed worlds, and you know like, and they do give you hint, like they show you a Thanksgiving one, there's an Independence Day one where you don't actually go in there, but it'd be kind of interesting if they explored it. This would have probably been the only way if they ever did a sequel. Not now. I don't want it now. But like, let's say if they had did it back then, they could have did it with like the different holidays. Like, they could have explored some of the different worlds. I'm kind of happy they didn't, because I kind of like, maybe we should have just. I think it works better when you do just keep it Halloween and Christmas. I think if they did the other holidays, maybe like a special would be kind of interesting. Like, maybe they explore, like if you did a Fourth of July one, like you could do a Fourth of July theme where Jack Skellington and Sally go to Fourth of July world. And but like, for me, like a special would be the only thing I'd want it as. I wouldn't want it as like a movie. And I don't know if I'd even want it now, but like just the idea. But I don't know, with current Hollywood and the way now, I think it does work better as a one-off, and I love that the creator, um, like Tim, Tim Burton, and many people who have worked on this movie have all basically said, no, we're not doing a sequel or a remake. And a sequel, just for me at this point, just makes no sense. Um, the animation, I think they would probably do good with like that part of it, the animation, but I just don't think it'd be good. I just don't really feel like there'd be more to tell. Jack Skellington learned his lesson. He tried to mesh the holidays together, and it just didn't work. And yeah, what are they going to try to do it again? That the only sequel way would do is you'd have to explore the other holidays. I think that'd be the only other way. You, unless you just do the nightmare, the Halloween and Christmas thing again. Maybe, yeah, no, like leave it alone. I think it's best. That's why it's just such a good story. And yeah, Jack Skeleton grows tired of being, just the same old, routine. So he ends up going to different worlds, and then he ends up in Christmas World or Christmas Town, and that's where we get the Christmas atmosphere. I love the whole song for that. And then Jack goes back to Halloween Town and basically wants to um and basically he studies Christmas more, and then more and more wants to do it. Does an experiment, and he wants to take over Christmas and basically kind of bring it to the town, and in a way kind of mesh it with Halloween. But Sally, who is created by, like, she's almost like kind of like, it's like a obviously a play on Frankenstein, Dr. Finkelstein. She fully escapes her master, and essentially starts, and because she has a thing for, she secretly loves, and her love for Jack is so genuine. I think that's the other thing why I wouldn't want to because they remade it, they'd make Sally. And the other thing, this movie came out in '93, and yeah, you have a strong female character with Sally. She was more intelligent, if anything. She was also, because she was trying to warn Jack, like, if you do this, this will end badly. So he orders current youngsters to, because there's a joke where they accidentally kidnap the Easter Bunny, but then they end up actually getting Santa. And I love Santa's look in this. Actually, one of probably his more iconic designs in general. But then they end up taking him to the. So they end up bringing, because Jack orders them not to use Oogie Boogie, but the kids do. So he does, and then he basically takes Santa. Um, Sally tries to stop Jack, and there's the iconic Sally song. Like all the songs in this are just very creative, and I think that's one of the reasons I do. It's one of the few movie musicals I really like, is that they do each music video, they do put some work, especially with the animation and stuff, and just the background characters. And I think it does still try to be a movie, not just it's a music. That's one of the things sometimes why I don't really like musicals, is that I think sometimes musicals just go too much into the musical side and aren't telling a story. They're just, oh, let's just do a song every fucking 5 minutes. At least the songs in the movie are actually adding to the plot. Sally tries to save Santa, doesn't go well. She gets taken by Oogie Boogie, so Jack has to stop him. I'm kind of doing really quick tally before we go into the movie. And yeah, it's a great movie. Just watch it for the animation alone, and yeah, it is a great tale. I love the way it blends to holidays. Yeah, it could theoretically, it is pretty much both a Halloween movie. I mean, I think I did rewatch this on Halloween a couple months ago, so I did. Um, so I did watch it a few months ago. And I probably should have reviewed it for Halloween, but I don't know. I feel like I picked a better time to do it for Christmas. I do look at this as, I don't think it is a Halloween movie, but I do think it's a bit more of a Christmas just towards the end. They got to save Santa, and Santa has to, because Jack tries to be Santa, and he gives these gifts that are basically kind of fucked up toys, and scary toys basically, to the kids, and Santa has to go and make it right. And yeah, and then he do sort of, like, in the end, Santa brings, like, kind of like winter magic to Halloween Town. So it's still, It's pretty much both, though. You could watch this both on Halloween and Christmas, and any time of year, to be honest. Just for the anime, and the fact that I did not remember it being that short. I mean, it's crazy because I rewatched it like 2 months ago, but I did not remember it being only. I thought I must have remembered wrong. I thought it was maybe like an hour and a half. I didn't remember it being only an hour and 16. I was like, God damn, this short movie. But for a short movie, it tells a lot. It's kind of crazy. I think it's just because it feels like an hour and a half. It doesn't feel like just an hour and 16, but that's a good sign of a good movie. Um, I mean, iconic. I understand why a lot of people love this movie. This is like for some people, like their movie. I love it, personally, but it's not like my main favorite Christmas movie or Halloween movie, obviously. But I do love it, and I understand why this movie has a fan. I mean, the animation alone is beautiful, and the songs are great. The opening song alone, and yeah, it's just a fun story. So I remember watching this as a kid the first time and just being wowed by the animation, just the stop motion alone. So out of 10, this is probably like a 9.5 or 10. Like this is one of those, like, especially if you're just going as an animated movie, if we're kind of ranking it, just grading it in its own thing. Yeah, I give it a 10. I think it's a legitimately well made movie. Great characters you love, and then the ending is pretty beautiful when they sing together, him and Sally. And yeah, like it's just great characters, and just even great background characters, and just the world that was built in the movie. So yeah, I'm happy that they never did a sequel, and I'm happy that there's no interest from anybody wanting to do one. So tomorrow of Christmas Day, or technically today, I will be doing sometime during the day. I will be doing my 2009 movie list. But if I can't do it during the day, and if I have to only be able to do that in the evening, I'll do the list sometime later in the week, or maybe Tuesday morning. I'll do it. We'll see. But I'm gonna try to do my 2009 list, which will be 8. 2009 was kind of a weak year, but I'm actually surprised I was able to do 8. I was thinking it was gonna maybe be like 4 or 5, because just 2009, I remember being kind of a weak year, but I was still somehow able to do 8 movies. So I'll be doing that tomorrow in the probably try to do that in the morning, maybe a little bit depending on however long the presents go. And I'm not going anywhere, so if I have time I can try to do it in the morning. And then I'm gonna do if I can do it in the list in the morning, and then in the evening, maybe around this time tomorrow, I'll be doing my Screen Rant is Gay part 15. I was supposed to do it yesterday. I just couldn't get to it yesterday. So, but before anything, let's get to the movie, because this is a classic, and I'm happy to review this. This is definitely going to be one of those I watch every Christmas, probably every Halloween too. It can easily be both. I mean, definitely you can watch this year round, but it's just, yeah, definitely one of Tim Burton's best. I'll probably put this after the Batman movies, Batman, 89 and Returns, and then probably this one after. So anyway, let's get to the movie. So we meet Jack. We get the iconic "This Is Halloween" opening, which that scene is just so well done. Such a perfect way to introduce Halloween Town, that world, and it's just such an it's just such an iconic opening scene. Like, one of the things you probably will most people definitely think of from this movie. I mean, I think all of the songs are iconic, but definitely this one. I mean, that "This Is Halloween" intro is just so perfect. And that's when we see Jack Skellington, the Skeleton King. He's kind of like the main attraction of the town. He usually is like the leader of organizing it, but and even like when he first meets people, you can kind of tell he's kind of over it. Like he's kind of tired of the same routine, and that's when we get like Jack's lament and the way they. I will give this movie too. They do phase into the musical part well. It's natural. I think that's the other reason I don't like a lot of musicals. I feel like the transition to a music scene, is very unnatural a lot of the time. It's just like we're having a like, it's just normal dialogue and then just bam, we're musical mode and it just doesn't work. Like this one is like they fade into it almost, and at least like the musical's like tied with the story. He ends up wandering into the woods. We get his pet dog. I love the design of the world. While this is happening, this is where we meet Sally and her basically crazy owner, Dr. Fickelstein. And she tries to escape initially, but she manages. She kind of ends up going back, and that's when, while going into the woods, he finds several doors and holiday themed. You see a Valentine's one. They see a Saint. The ones you see are St. Patrick's Day, Christmas. Well, obviously Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, and Independence Day. Part of me would like if they did a sequel like back at that time. They would have had to do the different holidays, and that would have been kind of cool to see, like the Valentine's World or a thing, Independence. And that's why I was saying not necessarily a sequel. If Tim Burton got the same cast back for like maybe an hour special that you can put on. The fucking shitty part is that unfortunately Disney owns it, so actually no, I don't want more of it just because of that. It's owned by Disney, so no. But I'm just in a perfect world, right? An hour special where they do kind of do like the different holidays, like if for Easter. Maybe not. I don't think I need an Easter world. Honestly, I think it would just be the bunny. But like, yeah, Thanksgiving or Independence Day won't be kind of fun, interesting one to check out. But with current Disney, no, I don't want more. But I wouldn't mind exploring these worlds in a different timeline. But he ends up going to Christmas World, and that's when you get the iconic "What's this song?" and the way Jack discovers Christmas, and it's almost like he found something new. He returns back home and kind of wants to implement it into so Jack, we have the town meeting song, and then Jack looks more into Christmas. And he kind of abandons kind of trying to understand it, and so he tries to improve it. And he wants to take over and basically assign. We get like the making Christmas song. That's the one thing this movie, like I said, the way they do transition and fade into the music is well done. It is natural. It doesn't feel like unnatural like some musicals where it's like just regular dialogue and then just they randomly just start singing out of nowhere. Um, so um, this is where Sally gets together with Jack, but she basically tries to warn him that because she sees a burning Christmas tree and that this whole thing's not going to work because she secretly loves him. And them as a couple, I love the way they do it too because you could tell like they are a couple, but they don't force it and they don't spend like a whole portion where Jack's trying to like win her over. Like it's natural how he ends up falling for her. I think that's how you should do. That's how love stories should be done. in like a movie that's not inherently a love story. Like they do it naturally. It's kind of like a secondary part of the story. Um, so he kind of obviously dismisses her warnings and asks her to sew a Santa costume while he hires these group of kids. Lock, Shock, and Bear. I love that name, by the way. And he hires them basically to abduct Santa. And he tells them to not get Oogie Boogie involved. Who's basically almost like the worst in the town. They end up kidnapping the Easter Bunny. And they end up grabbing Santa, but they instead of bringing him to Jack, they end up bringing him to Oogie Boogie, who decides to basically play a game for Santa's life. She still tries. This is where we get the Sally song scene. Great scene. Jack leaves to deliver presents. And she tries to rescue Santa, but she ends up getting captured. And while this happens, the gifts he ends up giving the kids, obviously are Halloween themed. So they're kind of scary. And the toys are actually starting to like terrorize people. So because of that, you see people like actually like, because they realize it's an imposter Santa. Because I love like even the news does it. Like I love just like the way they do go from like the real world to the the towns, right? So yeah, they end up, because of the fucked up presents, they would like turn up the fire in their chimneys, block the put some glass so Santa can't get out. So he almost kind of ruins Christmas. So he ends up getting this scene where he's shot down by the military is crazy. And then that's where we get the iconic porch. That's probably like one of my other favorite songs in the movie, aside from the "This Is Halloween" intro. So because he sees the fear that he's spreading, his love for Halloween is kind of back, and he realizes, that he needs to rescue Sally and Santa. So he does, confronts Oogie. Then Jack apologizes to Santa and basically says that Sally's like the only normal person in this town. Santa kind of departs. And Santa basically kind of fixes everything, gives all the gifts normal, like kind of like in another song. And then Santa kind of returns, flies over in Halloween Town, says Happy Halloween, while Santa says, Jack says, Merry Christmas. And he brings the Christmas spirit, but, bringing snow to the town. And this is where we get the scene where Sally and Jack, proclaim their love. One of the, very iconic ending. I love this movie, and I'm happy we never got more. This story, it's a nice one-off little tale about men mixing two holidays, and I love that they were able to make it work. And yeah, like I said, it's one of the few musicals that are, in terms of film anyway, that I like, because the music doesn't get in the way of the movie. It still tells a story. Like I said, great characters, just great design and great atmosphere, and very much Tim Burton really did great here. And yeah, this is, like I said, you can watch this on Christmas, you could watch this on Halloween, and it works. And gasp, yet a strong female character in 1993. But yeah, she may not have been like a fighter kind of character, but She didn't have to be. She was just a great character. She tried helping Santa. Even she was seen as the more sane one of the town. So, very much recommend it. Like I do think it works a little bit, especially towards the end. I do think it does work more as a Christmas movie, but I still consider it a Halloween one. I just give it a little bit more edge as a Christmas movie. But yeah, this is a 10 out of 10 movie, especially if you're going just as an animated movie. This is a classic. I'm happy I finally reviewed it. I rewatched it months ago, and I probably should have maybe reviewed it for Halloween, but I don't know. I think I made the right choice in saving it for Christmas. It did it perfect because it was the day before I decided I wanted to review it on Sunday for Christmas Eve. And it's actually funny because now it is Christmas, technically, because it's 1:07 in the morning here. So, I'm happy we still were able to do this on Christmas. Like I said, I'm going to try in the morning, like I said, to do my list, and then so we can try to so I can do Screen Ranters Gate part 15 in the evening tomorrow. And then on Tuesday, Jack Frost 2, because yes, there's Jack Frost 2, apparently. So we'll be reviewing that. Wednesday, I'm going to review a movie. This is something I've never seen. the title, Santa Jaws. I mean, I'm having fun reviewing these kind of I don't know if you want to call it so bad. It's good movies. These kind of like I did Cruel Jaws, even like doing the first one last year. So why not? I have fun when I do these kind of movies. So why not? And I saw the trailer, and man, shark with the fucking. It's like a candy cane horn, almost like a unicorn horn, and like a fucking Santa hat. It's crazy. So I'll review that on Wednesday. Thursday, we're gonna do. I know I normally do these on Friday, but I think I'm just gonna do it on Thursday. We're gonna do X-Men Apocalypse, which oh my god, that's so disappointing. That movie was. You had, Apocalypse is such a cool character, and Oscar Isaac is actually pretty decent casting, and then they just, so I'll get into that on Thursday. Friday, I'll be talking about the Scream 7 stuff, and kind of really the state of the franchise at this point, because it's, when Christopher Landon, the director, left, and now, your main girl's gone, actresses are gone from the newer movies, now the director exits, where I think they could take the franchises. I think you could salvage this. But, so I'll talk about that on Friday. And then I'll figure out what to do later in the week. But anyway, at least until Friday, I got an idea what we'll be doing. But anyway, watch Nightmare Before Christmas. It's a classic Christmas story. This is also a great movie if you want to introduce people into Tim Burton. If you're not into the Batman movies, this would be a good one. Fucking helicopter. But anyway, I'm gonna call it just because the shitty ass helicopter had to interrupt. But anyway. But anyway, guys. 10 out of 10 movie. Watch Nightmare Before Christmas. Talk to y'all tomorrow. Peace.